Here I am with the RitFit Gazelle Pro. I've been using this the last few weeks. I want to give my thoughts, my opinions on if I think this machine is right for you, who it's good for, and who should maybe look for something else. So let's get right into the content. Now first off, let's take a look at the build process here. This build process took me about 4 hours. Really nothing too extravagant happened. It went together just as directions explained. The only thing that I was unsure of when I was putting this together was if these handles face the inside or the outside for the release bars. I just took a look at the main image on the front and it was the inside. I was able to listen to a few episodes of a TV show while doing this. So yeah, about 4.5 hours, pretty uneventful. So here we are. So general overview for anyone that doesn't want to stick around for the full review, my basic thoughts off the bat are that this is a pretty quality machine. It has a lot of versatility, adjustability, so that your feet and ankles can be in a comfortable range of motion. That's one of my biggest pet peeves of commercial style leg press machines, is that you're kind of in a fixed position with your ankles. For a lot of people who have limited ankle mobility, you end up on your tiptoes, which can be problematic, puts a lot of strain on the Achilles, and I just am not a big fan of that. That's where a lot of these home gym pieces have adjustments that allow you the customization for the right fit for you. Now overall, I like this machine. It's good, it functions exactly how you're promised it to work. I've always been pretty skeptical of leg press machines in the home gym space, but after using a few different leg press machines in the home gym space, I'm actually rather surprised at how functional and how useful they can be. Now, of course, all of our home gym needs are going to be somewhat different, but if you are looking for a leg press machine, this is definitely something I can get behind. But let's go through my checklist of my 4 different categories and see if this checks out. We're gonna start out with aesthetics. Aesthetically, this machine does pretty well. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. There's a few things that look really good, and I think this thick back mat does add that extra support, so it does add a lot of functionality, but it does look really beefy and it looks pretty heavy duty. The same for the seat cushion, also looks nice. These massive arms up top for when you do a hack squat or reverse hack squat give a fun aesthetic. On the side, we see a branded RitFit logo, which looks pretty premium, although I do think it would probably pop off if I tried. I think from the aesthetic standpoint, where it could do just a little bit better is maybe having a beefier looking steel frame. But overall, I don't think leg press machines are supposed to look super fancy, and I do think an 8 out of 10 is a great score. And really where I think a leg press machine like this shines through is functionality, which we're going into next. Now, the functionality of a machine like this allows you to do multiple exercises all with one machine. You can do calf raises, leg press, hack squat, reverse hack squat. I'm sure you could even make up a few other exercises on this. But I think from a functionality standpoint, I also have to give this another 8 out of 10. One function to this that needs to be pointed out is the safety bar right here. This allows you to set up some type of a mechanism to catch the sled if it gets too low. I've used other machines in the home gym space like this that has not had this feature. And if you start lifting heavy, this can be a problem. I do think amongst other machines I've used in this space, this machine does a better job at having a better base and platform for hack squats and reverse hack squats. For anyone that's lifting super heavy in just the standard leg press, I don't love these machines for super heavy lifting. I think they're great for a little bit higher rep ranges, somewhere in that 10 to 20 rep range. Let me know in the comments if you do use these for heavy lifts. It does have a rated capacity of 1,300 pounds, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. And next we're gonna jump over to quality. Now I'm a little bit torn on what this score should be for quality. These pads are pretty thick all across the board, the back pad being the thickest, and I do think that adds some quality. But I think a lot of brands in this market, when you talk about budget-friendly home gym equipment, don't necessarily have the best stitching, they don't necessarily have the best backing. You could expect things like this to fall apart over time. A couple things I'm just not in love with is the way that the weight horns that you load the weight on are just simply removable. To me, that just doesn't seem as stable. I know they're technically locked in once when you put weight on them, but something about it just doesn't feel as secure. And the way that you adjust the back platform when doing a leg press just doesn't seem as user-friendly as a simple pin that can be slid and adjusted and moved around. I think when it comes to quality, I'm gonna have to give this a 6 out of 10, still a respectable score. But we're gonna move on now to value. Now at the time of this recording, this machine's coming in around $1,100. and the prices change depending on sales. It's worth clicking the link and checking it out, seeing if the price has gone down because they run sales all the time. So make sure you head over and check that out. But do I think this is worth the $1,100 price tag? Absolutely. This is a total piece of equipment I would love to have in a home gym because it allows so much functionality, so much versatility, allowing you to do leg press, hack squats, reverse hack squats, calf raises. It's a good piece of equipment for anyone that's trying to build the glutes, build the quads. And I think at that price point, it's not gonna be the first piece of equipment I'm gonna add. Probably gonna do a power cage first. In my 1.5 car garage, this type of a leg press machine is an absolute must. It allows for more versatility for the lower body, which I think is sometimes limited in home gym spaces, especially when it comes to heavy movements outside of just a standard squat or a deadlift. And I think for a value, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. My total ratings on this machine ended up coming out to a 29 out of 40, which is a very, very respectable number. At the end of the day, this machine is great for anyone who's a beginner looking to start a home gym, intermediate. The only people I don't really recommend this for are people who are super heavy lifters, or maybe an older clientele because the positioning you do have to get down on the ground for. But outside of that, this is a no-brainer for your home gym space. Hit that link down below in the description. Make sure you check that out. You can check out my video on why I was wrong about the leg press right up here, and YouTube recommends this video down here of my content for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit like, subscribe to the new channel here. On this channel I do all my reviews on, and the other channel I do my actual evidence-based fitness content. So make sure you subscribe to both, and we'll see you guys next week.